What's going on, guys? How are we doing today? It's Angry Roleplayer, earning morning as usual, guys. Today I'm gonna bring you some news to you because the Legendaries, the first pack of the Scythes, has arrived to the Diablo 3 beta. They released some weapons for the Necromancer, the legendary Scythes. Holy shit, this is hard to pronounce, literally. Okay, not only the sets have been changed, even though the sets are not released on the PTR, but it looks like they release the sets. I mean, some skills have been also reworked, but the most interesting that there are official patch notes. And look at this, Scythes and phylacteries are now sold by some of the vendors throughout the world. Now I wonder, you can just go and buy yourself a fucking weapon from the vendor. This will be fucking awesome. Imagine that in the actual game. Also, the sets are there. This is Bone of the Ratna set, which is the minion set. Reduces the cooldown for Armor of the Dead by 1 second, gain 1 damage reduction from your pets after 50 stacks, and the Skeleton Mage increases the damage of the minions and Armor of the Dead by 200%. Then Trag'Oul's Avatar, this is the Blood set. Blood Rush gains the effect of every rune, then while at full life your healing from skills is added to your maximum life for 45 seconds up to 100% more. Now this is like garbage. I mean, I don't see how it can be useful for, instead of the 50% damage reduction, anything that deals with just different things other than damage reduction is fucking garbage. I mean, this is the same as the Tall Russia. It's so fragile, it gives all resistance, but it doesn't have flat damage reduction. That's why it's so incredibly hard to play outside of Archon. It's almost unplayable. Same shit. And Jade Harvest doesn't have damage reduction as well. It relies on the Soul Harvest stacks. This is old problems right here. 6 PS set bonus. Spending 10% life grants you a stack of Blood Cascade. Each stack of Blood Cascade increases the damage of life spending attacks by 200% and also increases the life of you lose by 10%. How is this possible? So basically, if you spend too much life, you can get a one shot and die immediately. Increases the life you lose, and that means I think it might be that the life you lose from all sources and the incoming damage as well. That's pretty weird. Using a skill to heal will consume a stack and heal for an additional 3,000%. So this is like life dropping, you know, anus squeezing set. So basically your life will drop like fucking this. Like fucking this. I mean, who the fuck will play this? And this is like not hardcore viable at all. Because you will immediately see your life dropping from the 100 to 0 to do damage. Okay, the third set, Grace of Inarius, the Saint set. Bone armor damage is increased by 1000%. Bone armor stacks are now refreshed. In addition, bone armor grants an additional 2% damage reduction per enemy hit. And it looks like there is no amount of stacks here. Let me check. No amount of stacks, really? Looks like there's no stacks. So this is fucking infinite or what? What the hell? Okay, 6 piece bone armor also activates a bone tornado, damaging nearby enemies by 375%. Weapon damage is physical. Enemies hit by the tornado take 850% additional damage for the Necromancer abilities and minis. I think that there was a nerf. Let me check. It was somewhere here. Yeah. This was 1,500%, and basically had been cut in half. All the damage has been cut in half, but this is retarded. Complete garbage. I mean, it has been available in PTR to test, and they did a pre-nerf and cut it in half to see what's gonna happen. That's not how it should be. Okay, the last set, Pestilence Master Shroud, the melee set. Each corpse you consume fires a corpse lands at a nearby enemy. Fucking garbage. 4 PS set bonus. Each enemy hit by the bone spear reduces your damage taken by 2% up to maximum 50% last 15 seconds. Like I said, imagine a situation where you're fighting some Perendi or Perdition or Gom or something like this, where you fight one enemy. You fight one enemy and you get 2% fucking damage reduction. This is same shit like for any witch doctor when you get 1 stack of soul harvest. This is retarded. How the fuck is it possible to play this, against a single target and get damage reduction? This is retarded. 6 PS. Each corpse you consume grants you an empowered bone spear charge, then increases damage of your next bone spear by 1000%. So basically, this is like 100% just one fucking skill. One fucking skill. You consume your corpse and then you get the bone spear damage improved. This is like one fucking skill in the whole set that is viable. This is pigeonholing. This is stupid, and I absolutely hate this. This is like no viability, like no diversity at all. You just do one skill. You consume a fucking corpse, fire bone spear. You consume a fucking corpse, you fire bone spear. This is super fun gameplay. Okay, fire animals from the Necromancer have arrived, and also Hercule's accent, SN added skills for the Necromancer. Now the set dungeons for the Necro also have been added to the adventure mode, and the limit to complete the set dungeons has been increased to 5 minutes. So basically this is big because people need to test the set dungeons and how horrible are they. Now for the skills, I wouldn't want to really list all the skill changes here, but this is interesting. Look at that. Army of the Dead. First of all, you remember the cooldown is 2 fucking minutes. Raise the massive skeleton army to pummel the target location, dealing from 3000 the damage has been raised to 12,000 weapon damage. 12,000 weapon damage, and look at this. Blighted Grasp. Skeleton hands raised from the ground, damaging enemies within 15 yards for 14,000 weapon damage as poison. 14,000 poison damage. Holy shit. But not only this, look at this, guys. Unconventional warfare. Skeletons will rise from the ground and attack random targets for 50,000 total weapon damage. 50,000. Jesus, this is the highest number I've seen in Diablo 3. 50,000 total weapon damage. Imagine the fucking power creep inflation in this game if you have to design a skill that is so bad that you need to put 50,000 multiplier on the weapon to become somewhat relatively useful in this game. This is like fucking Diablo design in a nutshell. And look at this, Dead Form. Raise a storm of the dead from that surround your damaging enemies for 15,000 weapon damage over 5 seconds. Now, this is fucking crazy. Land of the Dead. Plague Lance. Land of the Dead deals up to 10,000 weapon damage to enemies over its duration. Now, this is like all the fucking craziness. I think the minion damage sounds like crazy, but this cooldown, I wonder how it will be mitigated by the cooldown that the pets provide. I mean, if they will be able to reduce the cooldown by from 120 seconds to like 5 seconds, it will be fantastic, but if it will take like 30 seconds, it will not be useful if you can cast this like once in 30 seconds. This is not will be viable. Guys, now for the legendaries. Here are the legendary strings. First of all, there's a ton of strings basically for the legendaries that simply gain the different passive runes. I do not understand what kind of shit is this. Is this a placeholders or what kind of mess is this? But if they simply design the legendaries that give, you know, us an extra passive, this is like, I cannot even believe how retarded is this. It's like the cheapest of the cheap design I've ever seen in any video game. Like, you get the legendary item and it simply gives you the passive. How good is this? I hope this is not true, because this is like the end of the Necromancer. Now another one. Bone Spike, Spear and Spirit deal increased damage against the enemies that are stunned, frozen, charmed, feared or blinded. Basically they all control effects. That's pretty cool. Another Bone Spear shit. Now, after consuming something, corpses, you unleash a free death node. This is complete garbage. This is dead on arrival. No one will use this. Okay, next, you gain something like increased movement speed for 2 seconds after using Blood Rush. Now, this is just a movement skill. Forget about it. Okay, next, your damage reduction is increased by something for every 2% life you are missing. Obviously, this is the another Blood Rush passive that gives you some damage reduction. Okay, another one. Chances. Your Necromancer minions have a chance to apply a random curse on hit. Now this is pretty cool. Bone Spear Knight costs 40 essence and deals increased damage. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Another Bone Spear shit. When you activate the Land of the Dead, you mesmerize nearby enemies with your skill. Okay, this is Halcyon's Ascent. Skeleton Mages last an additional something seconds. This is interesting. When exploded corpse damages at least one enemy, your corpse explosion deals increased damage for 6 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. No, I'm not impressed by any of these legendaries, like not by even once. Some of these are just the Bone Spear set legendaries, some of these, you know, just increase the damage of corpse explosion. This one seems like retarded. Skeleton Mages just last an additional seconds. Fucking junk. This looks interesting with the curse on hit. That actually, you know, something like from the Path of Exile where you can do curse on hit. This sounds cool. But everything else is, you know, this is like fucking garbage. No one will ever use this. But no, I'm not impressed overall. Absolutely. The sets look weird. Once again, I'm gonna tell you what I think about the sets. The minion set looks great, but I don't know for now how much of a damage you can unleash with these skills, because the cooldowns are great. The cooldowns are huge, guys. The Blood Rush, the Blood set seems extremely weird. I don't even understand how it can be useful, and I will be really looking forward to see the videos from the beta and what people will think about this shit. The Bone Armor, the Bone set, the Saint set looks pretty cool. I mean, this is like the multi-purpose set, and I think that will be like the most viable set of all, because you take the additional damage from all Necromancer abilities and minions, and from all minions that means that you can use any legendaries with this set and be somewhat viable, and unlike for the other set when you have a predetermined amount of legendaries that you need, like to reduce the cooldown for Arm of the Dead, to get more Bone Spears. Here you can use pretty much anything because all your damage is increased, and this is like the multi-purpose, you know, Mortal Kings or Innas set for the Necromancer. The melee set It's a very straightforward set, which is absolutely 100% gameplay from the Diablo 2, you know, bone spear, piercing bone spear. That was like the mandatory gameplay for the Necromancer back in the day, and this is exactly the same shit. So I don't think it will be. Might be somewhat usable, but it will be super boring, like guaranteed boring to death on arrival, and I'm not sure, you know, people will play it a lot. So thanks for watching, guys. The legendaries have been added on the PTR, some of them here, some of them here. These are the legendaries. So I'm not sure who will sell this. I will look at this in the upcoming videos, but this is it. Thanks for watching. See you soon.